TV, this is the starting 11 show. Bournemouth versus Everton this coming Saturday at the the Vitality Stadium. There you go, Vitality Stadium. And this is our team, Baz. Same starting 11 as Middlesbrough. There's no eventfulness in this at all. There's no exciting new stuff at all. It's just gone back to same old.
It's not my fault. No one's banging down doors.
That's the problem, isn't it? That's the problem, isn't it? No one given a chance on Tuesday night is really forced away into this team. Now, as much as we can moan about certain players not having good games, if there aren't replacements ready for them, then what can you do?
For me, it's a solid team anyway. It's the difficulty is taking people out. People, Stecklenburg in goal deserves to stay in. Don't think there's any question about that at the moment. Seamus Coleman, although I don't think he had a very good game against Norwich at all the other night. He's already been put in for Holgate when Holgate was playing well, so I think he'll keep Coleman there. Baines has got to come in at left back. The Funes Mori experiment didn't really work. Jagielka and Williams are our best two centre backs and have been doing well. The defence has done really well. Conceded 3 goals or something like that, so it's been doing fantastically well. Into midfield, Garner picks himself. Obviously not literally, but he picks. Probably does. Probably runs in a dressing room before Koeman. Gareth Barry's got to come back in. Tom Cleverley didn't pull up any trees the other night. He was just bang average. So, the only one I suppose that people are looking and probably shake their head at is Ross Barkley, because at the minute he's not playing well. But the problem is, and the reason why we've kept Barkley in, is who replaces him. Because if Gerard Deulofeu would have had a great game, or Aaron Lennon would have had a stormer the other night, you would have said, right, one of them to come in on the right and we'll play Kevin Morales down the middle like we did at Sunderland. But neither of them done anything. Lennon had a couple of little moments, otherwise he wouldn't have known he was on the pitch. Deulofeu was wasteful and that, doing the thing that you always complain and do, stopping the ball and standing and trying to run when he can't do it. So at the minute it's about people who aren't banging on the door. The only other thing he could do potentially would be to play Morales instead of Barkley and play Valencia out wide, but I don't think he's going to do that at the minute. So obviously we've gone for Morales on the right, Balassi on the left, and Ron, and Big Ron
should be back, should be fit, hopefully. Fingers and everything else
if
crossed.
You look, there's
the only other thing he could have done, or the other thing he could do, because obviously he picks the team, is he could go for a more solid midfield.
Right.
And have Cleverley in there. Ideally, if James McCarthy was fit, you could have James McCarthy in this team, and you could have a more solid 3. And you could say, Gareth Barry, do less of the doggy work. You just look to pick the ball up and get and look to play on the counter attack. But then again, Ross Barkley helps so much on the counter attack because of his running. Now that's the other way you can look at it and say, right, we're going to be solid in midfield, nothing's getting past us, and we're going to play on the break. We're going to play using Balassi, we're going to play using Morales, we're going to use the full-backs, and obviously Ron up front. That would be another way of looking at it. But I think Ron Koeman will be looking at this game and looking at it from the Premier League point of view, and it's knowing what his best 11, 12 players are, and thinking, we're good enough to beat Bournemouth. Why should we make one too many changes when I know that I've got good enough players? Now he'll not, obviously, as you just said, if there's an argument for who could come in for Ross Barkley, then we'd have that argument. The problem is there is no argument at the moment. We are struggling. We are really struggling. When we mentioned on the final word, we mentioned on the preview, Tom Davies, we'd love him to be around the first team and we're getting more opportunities, maybe coming off the bench or starting in, certainly against Norwich, we'd love him to start, but that's not, for one reason or another, he's playing for the under-23s and not the first team. So he's the only one I would actually probably bring in for, because I do think he's good enough, I really do, and he showed little bits last season as well. So
I think in this game because he's disciplined, so I think he could do a job in with Garner and with Barry, in with 2 experienced players. He could carry the fight going forward, and that might be, Koeman does throw up a surprise every now and again. That could be a wild card, but I just think he'll look at it and go, the second Ross Barkley, it shouldn't be about analysing each player when the team's doing really well and we're winning the games. So I think that's why he'll go with that starting lineup.
Yeah, so that's our starting 11. Do you agree Do you not agree? Tell us in the comments. Would you have left Ross out? If so, who for? I mean, that's the question. That is the real question. Who for? Some people have been having a little go at Morales as well, saying, you know, he's not doing anything either. He hasn't turned up anything. Well, who would you replace him for? Would you, you know, because Tuesday night was the perfect chance for some of these players, Delafeu and Lennon, to you know, say we are good enough. And I'm afraid they just didn't do it. So that makes our job really, really easy, because we just go and pick the same team that starts against Middlesbrough. So let us know in the comments. This is our starting 11 to play against Bournemouth on Saturday. Thanks for watching Toffee TV. We'll see you later.